You,
You don't have.
Michael,
you don't.
they didn't have septic approval anyway, so there's not much.
Well, we always do that as a condition, right?
Yeah, it's a condition that they really can't
Do anything.
until they have it.
All right. I'm calling the January planning board meeting to order. Um, First up is 3007 Church Street. Who's here?
There.
Naomi, hello.
Hi.
She's muted. So Naomi, there's a couple of things actually. It's a little. I apologize that we didn't realize last month that we were missing for the application. We're going to be able to take a straw vote tonight, but we got to get these two things sorted out. We have to send this to Dutchess County Planning because it's on the main road and all this. There's certain criteria. It falls under the criteria that has to be sent for Dutchess County Planning for 239M review. Most likely, they're going to say it's for local concern, but obviously, we can't assume that. Additionally, we do not have the seeker short form filled out for you guys. Did you think you submitted that, or we don't see it here?
I don't know what
So
that
we need
is.
the seeker short form filled out, and then we have to do our seeker review.
Don't think she's here. I just can't hear.
The TV or the. Where's the remote? Over there?
Yes.
Hold on 1 second. We have to turn up the volume. We can't hear you.
Like, what does it normally go to?
Like 30. Let's see. Can you say something?
Now
Naomi?
she's muted. Oh, no.
Oh,
Hello.
Yeah.
a little more. More. There we go. Now we go. All right. Sorry.
Okay, so
So-
the seeker short form, is that what? Okay, and who do I obtain that from? You guys or?
Trisha can send you to you. It's on the state
Okay.
website, but Trisha can send it to you.
Okay.
What it is, it has like a bunch of things not too long. It's like a page and a half, a couple of pages that you fill out about the project, and then we have questions that we have to answer. That does this project do this, that, the other thing?
Okay.
And then we will take care of the 239M review. Have you heard any movement on the DOH
Yeah.
situation or this?
So they sent back comments and those have already been responded to and the plans have been updated per our conversations about the ramp, etc.
Okay.
So I can send those to Trisha if they aren't
Please
approved
do.
yet, obviously, but
Right. Okay. So did everyone get a chance to read the resolution and see the conditions? And I had a question. So exactly how much food is going to be? Will there be a kitchen on premise or not?
yeah, it's in the basement.
Electric.
Yeah.
So where's the line get drawn? Because in here it does say pre-prepared foods. So what is there going to be any food preparation on site?
Yes. I think when we had talked about that, like pre-prepared foods, there won't be food preparation occurring like when there are patrons, let's say in the building, like the food will be made beforehand and then brought upstairs. If that makes sense.
Like, there's not an open kitchen upstairs so it's all
It's
gonna
not
be,
made to order. Correct.
so it's not really that.
Yeah, so is that okay, Warren? I don't want to handcuff them with what we're putting in here.
Well, we can change it, that there'll be no. I mean, if they were gonna do food preparation, they're gonna have to get approval from the Department of Health. And so, I don't know that they require, if they're just gonna sell coffee and sandwiches, but. You know, I hadn't thought. That is a requirement. Did you check with the Department of Health as to what you would need if it was gonna be? If nothing was gonna be prepared on site?
No, it's all gonna be, you're gonna have Department of Health approval for a kitchen, right?
Yes,
So they're gonna prepare it on like other hours, is that
yeah,
accurate? And then it'll be, if someone comes in, they'll see, oh, there's sandwiches here and stuff, but they're gonna prepare it on site,
On site.
but not made to order for the person as you order it.
So I think they need to check. And just confirm with the Department of Health. That they don't need a food preparation license for that. And if they do, that has to be made one of the requirements. So we could amend it to indicate that they're anticipating no on pre-preparation of food, but in the event they change and prepare food on site, they'll have to just come back to the planning board for a site plan amendment.
But they are prepared, they're gonna prepare it on site, but just not at the time of order.
Yeah, and I think that requires.
Have you shown the kitchen? Did you have to show anything to the Department of Health regarding the kitchen?
no.
And
It was
so that would be-
our understanding that they just come in and make sure that everything is up to code. When it's
Oh,
built,
let me
but I
ask the
can-
building inspector, the code
Okay.
enforcement officer. So Ed, so how does this normally go? Somebody opens up a restaurant. They build the kitchen, then the Department of Health comes and looks at it, or do they look at the plans beforehand during?
As far as I didn't look at the kitchen, they might look at the plans,
All right,
It would be in your best interest to have them look at the plans,
Yeah.
because you wanna make sure you have like a 3-bay
Yeah,
sink and
sure.
a thing.
if they'll do it. Yeah, I guess they do, but you never know, right? There's
Yeah.
we've encountered some of these agencies
Yeah.
that won't look at it like
But they do come in, they come in and inspect and
I'm
everything,
mistaken, we're considered a commercial kitchen.
yeah.
Yeah, so you guys gotta reach out to the Department of Health and handle that, because that's gonna be made a condition of the approval.
okay,
Yeah,
That you have that approval for the kitchen from the Department of Health.
they're gonna be
Yeah.
cooking, they're probably gonna eat a fire stone. So,
and if they don't check drawings and they only do come in at the end, do we just need a letter from them kind of saying that to you guys?
Sure.
Okay,
But,
I mean, they're not gonna be able to open without
I could reach out to them.
a permit.
listen, if you have any trouble, let us know, and then Ed can
yeah,
reach out.
Site,
No. I'm sorry, okay,
I mean, they wouldn't be able to open and serve food without a permit from the
Right.
health department, so it's not, we're not, oh, yeah,
it'd be better do it now than they show up and they go, what's this kitchen here? I'm like.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the kitchen, the 239M, the short form. Anything else that we can?
that I could think of, that,
So. If I just have a straw vote, non-binding straw vote,
yeah, I'll amend. The resolution, I think that's better,
oh yeah, definitely, yeah, we gotta take that.
no use going through it and.
Hmm.
Then we can just adopt it, and then hopefully the next meeting.
But. Anticipating these changes and they get the short form and the. Whatever they need from the Department of Health. Do we anticipate approving this as this resolution, besides these changes as this resolution?
Yes,
So we're gonna need the part one, because that has to go down with the 239, Embry for us, so they can get that to you.
Yeah, the part like right away, because it could be up to 30 days before they get it back to us.
okay,
The part one, the short form. Yes,
Yes.
No.
no, okay. And I would vote, yes. Ethan, just so curious, what is?
Still the historic, I'm not gonna rehash the whole thing, but what I said the first meeting and the second meeting.
As far as the
I don't think the board
porches,
is historically accurate. And we have 3 different places in our code that give us the power to say it needs to be.
Okay. All right, so take that as you will. You have, what is it, 5-1 vote in favor of it, so, straw vote, non-binding, but, get these other things straightened out and we'll do, I apologize that the 239 did not go out. But we will get that out, as soon as you get us the short form.
Great, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, next up is Stissing House.
Hi.
Hello, do we have,
Then he's.
hi,
Yeah, I'm the general manager. I'm not the owner of the building, but the owner of the building signed an affidavit form
okay,
saying that I could represent them. Because it was our requirement, well, it was our ask to get the car park lights installed. They don't care, basically, because they're just landlords. But I do because people hurt themselves about car parks, so it's.
okay, and is there anything else you guys are looking to do, or only the?
No, so historically, I know Claire back in when she first talked about there was an idea of opening a store. That's not happening at all. It's been completely not just shelved.
But, it's my understanding the lights are already up.
They are, yeah. So that was my mistake. I wasn't aware that required town approval for the lights. What happened was a lady had fallen in the car park. This was maybe a little bit over a year ago. She was actually in hospital. She was very gracious about it. She basically just informed us rather than saying, I'm going to sue you or anything like that. And so we'd had multiple complaints about the car park just being very dark. Amongst other reasons why the car park is not great, but essentially being so dark. So it was just expediting getting some lights installed, and then subsequently through, I guess, backwards and forwards, Ed had written to the landlords, and they changed their address, and the address that got bounced, and then it eventually ended up at my desk last summer. It was just my fault that I had to go on top of it, really. And then I was going backwards and forwards with the landlord because I wanted them to represent them because they own the building. And they were like, no, I'm not going to represent you. And then Steve was very helpful in just guiding me a little bit as to what to do. And then I filled out the forms to submit.
Okay, do you have the specs on those lights?
Yeah, I submitted them with the everything I sent in November. It's a very basic. From Amazon, the solar powered 12 volts will call type lights, list the wattage, the lumens, that type of stuff.
Do you know what the color temperature of those lights are?
It is, top of my head, I think it's 6. It's white, so it's 6,000. It's 6,000. That's like
Yeah,
light color.
that's very blue, white, yes.
Yeah,
Do you know, is it adjusted?
it is. I mean, and honestly, they're not the world's most expensive lights. So if it's an issue with the color temperature, I don't really have a problem with replacing them with something that fits the color temperature as well. Because I'm not really like tied into it being certain
Right, so it's part of our like dark sky compliant
Sure.
thing with that we haven't, we
I mean, I
try
think
to look,
the cost of the lights, they were like $250 each. So it's not like I'm going out and buying like heavy duty industrial.
that's the lumens.
Happy to replace them if we have to.
But yeah, that's, cause those are bright, but I think he needs that much. I mean, I don't know, we'd have to ask Joe.
Yeah, George is in here.
Yeah,
The actual brightness of the lights is adjustable, so if they need to fall within a certain brightness range, you can do that. And then they do turn on and off based on sunset.
Stony
But that's because they're solar powered, they're kind of strange as well, because yeah, cloudy day, then they're not really that bright.
Oh my gosh.
So, but the next step would be me to like have the car park dug up and have 120 volt run and the whole,
Right.
which is something that maybe I might do in a few years, but don't
All right.
actually like get someone that knows what they're doing properly.
I don't know, what do you guys, have anyone looked at the lights and so?
I've been by, it hasn't stood out that I know of, but I didn't go specifically at them.
Yeah.
I'd say they're like 12 feet off the ground, probably. I didn't want them to be stupidly high for various reasons.
Right, but then they start spilling over and,
Yeah, trying to keep them as obtrusive as possible.
but the code temperature is a thing. We try to look, we're supposed to be looking now at like, was it 2,800 or less?
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to.
Yeah, the warmer, they seem to be downcast already, right? Ed, did you look at them, Ed?
I did, I've seen
They're downcast.
Yeah, they're very
and
dark.
Dark,
still out very
Right.
far at all.
it's
They're
just the
like,
temperature,
This thing doesn't have a picture of them, but they're like flat.
right?
So they just point literally just directly down, they just cast it. And I've got one facing. I don't know if you can picture the car park, but usually there's like rows of cars here, and there's this like pile of liquids.
Yeah.
So, right. So there's like
Like,
a pole
that's the
there,
dangerous
one pointing in, and there's a pole here, one pointing this way, and one pointing that way towards like the statistics center. It's like, oh,
Ed, is there any other issues that are ongoing with Stissing House, that the town, that you've been working with
We
them?
haven't spoken about wood is an issue.
in
The firewall. The resort is not supposed to be a front porch,
okay,
or even in front of the wall.
yeah.
And I know you spoke about doing a woodshed.
Yeah, that was something we were thinking about, but and talking to Brett, it's not all so it's true. With all the renovations they were doing, where they're doing all their really great renovations was where we're kind of all for a shed. But I'm like, they're putting all this beautiful stuff up, I didn't really block it. Well, I just didn't agree with it until everything was done, and then we decided, I think we're just gonna put some bushes and stuff now and do the rest.
Yeah, several you think about that. We don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I briefly mentioned it to Steve, to find out if we were gonna build anything there, like what we'd have to do, and then I think just the logistics of building something that's gonna last a pretty long time, lost to it, is something that's kind of well. But
And the other thing that came up is the dumpsters.
yeah, which I'll have to do.
What a mess it is.
That's something I want to have been on with the landlord about. Because I would love it if they would build
And the
a
culture,
in there, the proper enclosure, because yeah, it's gross.
The code is that it's supposed to be enclosed or screened.
Okay, would you be able to would someone be able to send me something that says that? Because I'm happy to like
Yeah.
send that
Yeah.
to the landlord. If
I'll
you can
get
do
that
that for me, yeah?
yeah.
Because, that is their responsibility, and I know that they're the landlords, they own the building and everything, I have this, sometimes I have this relationship with them, we're very conductive to getting things done. So.
You emailed me, right?
I did, yeah, but I mean, I can always.
Can you email me again?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll send you the stuff on the firewood and on the,
Right,
and the enclosure.
because we can, I mean, yeah, we can obviously find better places and things for storing
That'd
flour.
be great. And it'd be good for everyone.
Yeah, we go through so much of it, so I want to make sure that, as well, literally doing like a quarter a week,
Yeah,
which is insane.
I can see that.
Yeah, and then
We all
you get it from, he's not always around, so when he's here, he tends to deliver like 4 or 5 cords at a time. So I want to make sure that we're storing it, and if it's not supposed to be on porch, that's not a problem. And then, we're gonna figure out the best place to put it.
The piles are, I mean, like the porch is at least neat, the piles, like,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying. with-
Yeah, I know, it's what the code says though, it's not supposed to be in the front yard, they passed that, 10 years ago, something.
okay, great. Yeah, I mean, no, I agree with you on the piles as well. I see it. We have a guy that stacks it, but sometimes where there's so much of it, whatever, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if, you know, Claire as well as I do, but certainly there's something that she's like, you know, as well as part of it. She's very much about place looking.
So I guess. I mean, we want him to do you guys want to look at the lights further? Or should we tell him like maybe to look for new lights that are in compliance with the color temperature?
Say, let's look at them first.
Alright. Maybe have some ideas in mind but I mean,
Sure.
I
Yeah,
We are-
There is a lighting.
I can
plan.
pick out a few options as well. We can make sure that it's color temperatures meet. And do you want to send them to Ted or?
you know what, that goes to Trish.
So cut sheet.
There is a cut sheet?
This must be the lighting plan, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, the lighting.
Does it have,
Oh, but it doesn't have the.
No, this is just the
It's just gonna have the full.
it's just the yeah, the site plan with like he drew
Or
on.
the sheet just before it is like the specs. So it's kind of hard to print an Amazon page off.
No, yeah.
Very like.
I mean, it's kind of like behind the clock. It's hard, it doesn't, I don't feel give off a ton of light, but I walk by all the time.
I mean, they're on right now, so yeah, any night that you wanna go by.
Okay. But it's, you know, we are
Just-
trying to make
yeah.
everyone, we're making everyone do
Problem is to
this.
make an exception.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
If they're not expensive, like if you're like, you know, maybe.
But like I was saying to Steve about this, my part of being here is I wanted to come in and meet everybody that was on the board anyway. But also just like, you want to make sure that we're doing things the right way. And so obviously I apologize for putting them up without asking. I was honestly completely unaware. But I want to make sure that we do this right. So.
No, yeah, it's certain things that would fall into changing the site plan and so one of the.
And if you do change the lights and they're more compliant with whatever the town code is, you probably put up more because that parking lot was horrible before. It's not great
Well,
now.
I've got a hope that,
It's a little bit better.
you know, like, because the Stitching Center, I'm sure you're aware of all the work they're doing, and they dug up that whole back area to do the septic. They have some more, those excavators are coming back apparently in a couple of months to do something else. I don't know, because there's a whole thing going on in the Stitching Center right now, because Brad's no longer there and Patrick's taken over. I'm talking to Patrick later this week, but they said that when the equipment's here, the hardest part of getting our car park sorted out in terms of it looking like the surface of the moon, which is what it's like now, is hiring the equipment. The equipment's going to be there. So now it's just paying the guys to actually, they just need to dig it over and then it's not a resurface job, but it's like
Just got a grade.
Yeah, great.
So we're hoping to get that done like at the end of February, early March. And then maybe, yeah, I mean, if we get obviously approval with the lights and you guys are happy with them, I'll let you know. Maybe we put a couple more up, but as it stands right now, I think it's probably adequate. At least just for people that can just about see. But
But when you go to find different ones with the proper you might have to adjust because it might.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so you have a plan of action and communication.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to meet you. And
Nice
and I'll
meeting
emailing you about the
Go
garbage
through
stuff.
those during the.
And then let me know
Yeah,
about
I'll
Word,
send you the
and
code.
then I'll send you everything about the online options.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
thanks for your time.
Cheers. Nothing else. Let's just approve the minutes. Did everyone get to look at the December minutes? Yes. Was there any changes? Can I have a motion to approve the December minutes?
Motion.
Second,
Second.
Steve, all in favor?
I,
All opposed? All right, December minutes are passed. Now, we need to go into executive session. We won't be making any decisions, so we can adjourn afterwards.
You can adjourn the meeting and we can just do an attorney.
Attorney-client. We're gonna invite Ed into the session, the building, code enforcement officer, building inspector, man of many hats. And that's it.
what about Kevin?
Kevin.
No, we don't need Kevin for this.
Okay.
And of course, the attorney, Warren. Can I have a motion to do that and also adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, meeting adjourned. Let's just make sure we're all shut down.